barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What? Let's do it right now. When I was getting a physical to play football, I think
I've never been fondled.
the RN, which obviously they check you for a hernia. And before she did, she's like, "Everything okay with your balls?" And I was like, which I think she said because it was a 14-year-old kid, but
Well, see, here's the thing. I've always heard stories about that. Why is that so funny? It's the truth. They're
that's
checking for
so-
testicular cancer.
It's so funny.
no, she wasn't doing that. She was checking me for a hernia.
Well, they're checking you for both.
Well, probably.
'Cause they're looking for lumps, right?
No, because
They're like all.
you can't. When they check for a hernia, they just
Don't they grab it? Or?
no. Have
See,
you?
I've never had
I
it
told
done.
you. Garfield and Friends from Pickle
Aw.
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times a hit.
Yeah, I hate that one.
one.
There were two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of
Oh,
them.
The
well,
second
that's what they.
one,
That's he sent me a picture.
Ready,
Ready
Ready.
two,
to
party!
We're ready
to party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on in, come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends. And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it. I have a list of movie titles that were almost called something else. Star Wars Episode 6 was almost called Revenge of the Jedi. We know this, right? I
Yep.
mean, we're nerds. Alex might not have known that.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's not Revenge of the Jedi.
No,
it's
no, no.
Return. I was like, bitch, you ain't no nerd.
Head cheese.
Head cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Alex?
I have no idea.
Yep.
Yeah!
Why,
Nice.
Why head cheese?
Because I remember there's in the Texas Chainsaw, the remake in '01, they go into that rest stop
Mm-hmm.
and there's a pig's head
Yep.
in the display case, and head cheese is you boil
How
a
did you
pig's
make
head.
that freaking connection, Brett?
That is a photographic memory. at
Oh
work.
my god.
What is the McGangbang?
McDonald's McGangbang. Simply order a McDouble and a McChicken. The McChicken sandwich is placed directly inside the juicy McDouble, buns and all. So if a normal McDouble doesn't quite fill you up, take the chance by combining a McChicken McDouble from McDonald's secret menu.
So then do you just order the two different pieces, or do you
You
order
say, I want the surf
McGangbang?
and turf, and they'll give you the two.
And they'll give you the two and you put it together. I'm not into the fish thing, but I think I would do the McGangbang.
Yeah.
That does not sound right at all. You know what, honey? Let's try a McGangbang.
Are you bringing that to the table, Alex? Are we having
We can
this
set it on the
discussion?
table and do it right here on the podcast. Try a McGangbang on the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
So Die Hard started a trend.
I hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
She's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is
Oh,
very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote of by
Yeah.
John. I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot!
I thought
You
that
okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
out. Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there. Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
You're doing some friggin' Christmas trivia.
Welcome to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Josh.
Alex.
Alex is slouching. You look
Well, it's
low.
only
You look really low.
It's only because I have a wiener in my lap.
Well, you can sit up a little. Yeah.
If I do, then I'm losing lap room for him.
You're losing lapness.
Lap room.
Lap room. This is episode 387, folks, and welcome to our live show on YouTube. We appreciate y'all joining us live. If you are not here live, then what are you even doing with your life?
You're trying to look up pictures of me on my butt crack.
Oh, that's right. That was last week. I forgot about
2
that.
weeks ago.
Apologize, people, to the
2
freak out. Like, there were people
2
who were
weeks ago.
flipping out, messaging you
I was
afterwards.
I posted my
This
own damn
is-
video of my own butt crack.
It's like, oh no, your butt
oh,
crack
no,
is out
no.
there. Oh boy.
Oh no.
So no, appreciate those who have joined us here on the YouTube, subscribing, liking the video, and all that jazz. You guys are awesome, real MVP. But today, on this day, guys. By the way, I gotta actually get that. Where's the button? Where's the button?
Where's on
There's
this
the button.
day? There
On
it is.
this day, there's Edge. 39 years ago, so in 1986, Dragon Warrior was released on the Nintendo Entertainment System in Japan. It was released a few years later in the USA, but there's no actual official release date on this website that I could find. But the reason why this is such a big deal, what's his deal?
He can't get comfy on my lap because I don't have a lap for him.
Well, put him down.
He's fine.
Okay. Though not the first role-playing game developed by a Japanese company, Dragon Warrior is considered one of the originators of the Japanese RPG genre, and the first to appear on a home console. It was titled Dragon Quest in Japan throughout the series, and wouldn't be titled that in North America until the early 2000s. By then, there had been 6 sequels. So Dragon Warrior is a very... / Dragon Quest is a very successful brand, RPG brand. There's another thing about this that makes it such a big deal to me. This is one of the only memories I have of my dad fully beating a video game when I was a child. There's
Really?
this one and Super Mario Brothers or World.
I'm glad that
Super
you
Mario
finished
World.
that sentence fully.
I'm sorry.
This is the only memory I have of my father fully beating
Oh.
a video game.
Yeah, beating a so. Yeah, he was a big gamer before having 5 children. So.
Right.
He played. I remember him getting to the end of this and him getting so happy and everything. I remember the ending. So when he played this, I was probably 2, maybe 3 years old when I watched him beat this. I remember where I was when I saw him beat the game. But anyways, I recall him playing other games like Castle Quest, Princess Tomato, Duck Hunt, and Paperboy. Like those are the ones from the NES I remember him playing. But beating, I remember it being this game. Like I remember it being the one that he was like really invested in. So yeah,
Cool.
kind of a interesting factoid. And we're moving on. So it has been a crazy last week for me, and I guess for you too. Without me being home.
I'm not really crazy, more just like depressing.
Well, I mean, the days I wasn't here, you weren't having the best of luck on things.
I wasn't there, especially the first day you were gone. It was just a hell of a day.
It was
not fun.
for me. I went into my corporate office and stayed there for 4 days. So I was extremely under the corporate belt and got to learn a lot of stuff, such as lighting, filming, and stuff like that, and what it's like to actually work in corporate. So,
Yay!
yeah, as you can tell, I mean, our podcast is lit up a little bit differently, but you can't really tell unless you're really looking for the differences. But yeah, I learned so much about everything, and it's a different type of exhaustion when you go in and you deal with that kind of stuff. You're very much so on the core, like it's a mental exhaustion because you're constantly doing one
It
thing
is,
over another.
yeah.
I know some people have like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. You go into the office. Well, it's difference between manual labor and mental labor. It's a little bit different. But sometimes it's compiled when I'm doing like a lot of heavy lifting. But it doesn't happen all the time. But I was doing a lot of stuff in the office that I was sweating eventually because I was running around trying to turn on things and just crazy stuff. So yeah, over the
So why
past
don't you talk about that sandwich you got?
what sandwich? Oh,
That thing that you didn't realize was a big ass sandwich.
so there was a
I still can't believe that.
so I was given the opportunity to try a lot of other foods in the area. I don't remember what the restaurant was called. It's under my.
What was the name of the thing you ordered?
I don't remember. It was
You
a
said,
it
like,
was a lamb burger, but and the description was it was a beef burger with lamb, and I was like, oh, okay. So it's just gonna be like a combined thing.
Yeah, like a patty, combined patty,
Yeah, no.
and then some bacon, right?
And then it was basically like thinly sliced bacon with caramelized onions together. So I couldn't.
And then
like,
what did you get?
differentiate the onion and the bacon? What are you talking about?
You thought it was gonna be just like a burger lamb patty.
Yeah, I was on the way to describing it.
Yeah. So what did you
So they gave me I want to say like a 3rd-pound burger, and on top of that was a lamb chop, like a big pork chop to those that just like it's just wow. I ate it all, of course.
I don't know
'cause
how you can eat a whole thing.
I didn't
like
eat the
that.
fries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had the fry type. Like there's some.
They
there's some-
legit gave you a lamb burger.
Yeah, a lamb on top of a burger. Yeah. So they there was a lot to this restaurant. It was an Irish pub, but it was more of just like a sit down eatery, and they didn't have like the takeout done right. And yeah, I was waiting there for a hot minute until I actually got helped. They didn't really know how to do carry out. They always had people just come in and stay. It was just that small of a restaurant / pub. So but their food was amazing. I got to try a lot of different other foods in the area, and I was just I had wings. I had a few other chicken things here and there. But yeah, it was a pretty good trip. I had fun. I would say that I'm looking forward to the next one. But that'll eventually be in Texas. So
Woohoo!
I don't know what I'm doing next month as far as travel goes.
Make
but
sure
it'll-
that you buy a cowboy hat
yeah, I'll fit right in.
and a big buckle and
Mhm.
some boots.
So we got to get into a little bit of playing and watching. We've done a lot of I've done a lot of watching. You've done more of just hanging around, scrolling on your phone. I've
I
actually.
don't know what you're talking about. While you were gone, I did some watching.
What'd you watch?
Handmaid's Tale?
Did you really? Is that
Yeah.
all?
No, I watched Naked and Afraid.
That's right. You're watching the new season, aren't you?
I am watching the new season.
So did you just like skip to that because of the fact that you're able to?
yeah, I went to it
I
and
mean,
I saw that
where'd you leave off? Like season 6 or something, and it's like season 13
between
now or something?
the weeks that I had off in between jobs for like 3 or 4 weeks, I watched every episode that was available to me of normal Naked and Afraid seasons and XL. So I think there's probably 13 seasons, and I'm almost positive I've watched like at least 10.
Oh, in Texas, there's good barbecue. I am looking forward to the food there. I am gonna be checking that out.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of jealous about the whole you getting really yummy food.
Hey, it's in. The trip got pushed back another month if you want to take the time off.
I can't. Or else I would. Maybe if you push it to like August or
it's not gonna-
September, I could go.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Sorry. No.
Besides, what am I gonna do? Sit in a hotel room all day and wait for you until 5 o'clock, and then we can go do stuff?
You can enjoy the pool outside that probably exists. That's gonna be fully sunny and.
No, that is true.
Yeah. Me, I watched while I was in my in my hotel on my own. I watched The Great Mouse Detective. I was like, oh, I'm going to turn on Disney Plus and start watching some old kids animated. I started
That's a good
watching
one.
the Chip and Dale reboot movie.
Yeah.
I think I've rewatched that entire like first half of the movie like 4 times now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's a good movie.
it is a hilarious movie. Who was it that I said I didn't know was the voice of Ratigan in The Great Mouse Detective? He was like Richard Price, I believe. Yeah, you don't know who that is until I actually had to describe who it was.
We've been doing this podcast for how long, and you've known me for how long?
That is a
know
legend.
names.
He is a legend.
I know names, but like I can't link names to
Was a
faces
legend.
unless you tell me like examples.
Yeah, I was very, very like, wow, really? I didn't know. I mean, as a kid, you don't recognize that kind of stuff. And that movie's really adult, like kind of dark. Everyone's always drunk.
Yeah, it
getting
is.
Kidnapped.
Yep.
The mob.
Yep.
It's crazy stuff.
Getting fed to a cat.
Yeah. The bell. And then you know that you know they're dead. You know it. Recently watched Angels in the Outfield.
Great movie.
Yeah, they just put that on Disney Plus recently.
It's about time.
You and I just got like a bundle because you're watching Handmaid's Tale, and we're also gonna be watching Lego Masters now. I don't know what else will keep this bundle going, but we have a bundle with Disney Plus and Hulu, so we're starting to go back and being able to catch up on a bunch of things. So
I'm pretty sure I have my finale tonight.
You do. Yeah, you're gonna have to watch that.
You know enough that you can watch it with me.
I don't care enough to watch it.
You know enough that you can watch it and appreciate the very end of it.
I don't want to watch it. Let's just say that. How about that? You can watch it on your own.
But I need someone to cry with, because I'm sure I'll cry.
You have your work friends that
I cried last time. Last week I cried.
Lego Masters just started up, and that's also on tonight. Live anyway, but we'll have to.
What time is it live?
I think it's like 9, so it's a big maybe.
All right, we need to be rushing through this podcast. We actually get to we actually get to watch it.
It's a big maybe, yeah. But yeah, like we watched the first episode, and I wasn't really wowed.
You say that like every year.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't wowed by the first project.
That's what I mean. Is I feel like you say that every year, and then afterwards it gets like, oh cool, and like it just kind of like.
I don't know if I say this every year.
I swear you do.
No, I think you're just looking for something at that point.
No, I'm serious.
No, I'm serious too. The opener was just them building Star Wars lands, and no one really got the assignment except for maybe one person.
Yeah, the people that won.
Yeah,
everyone else did a really good job.
The rest of the teams, like 8 other teams or whatever, just didn't do it. Like
I don't think they fully understood.
They didn't
the assignment.
grasp the concept.
No,
I think that like
no, the Twin Tower ones or the blue and the orange guy, like they did a good job.
It wasn't very Star Wars related. That's what I'm saying. Like you wouldn't find that in the universe.
I guess
most of the stuff that they built you wouldn't find in the universe. Like I that's the issue I have with like when you don't fully understand the assignment, you know.
Just make Crystal watch it with you over Discord. Does she watch Handmaid's Tale?
If she does.
Does she watch that? And I've never known that, and I actually have somebody to watch it with.
At this point.
The very last fucking
done.
Episode ever.
Right?
I just now find this out.
You and I watched a. Oh man, I got that same kind of thing on my arm too.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. You and I watched 2 Marvel movies. We watched the Captain America movie, Brave New World.
Yeah.
That's honest review. It's a good movie. It's a good Captain America-like movie.
Yeah. I had my gripes about like some of the CGI in it, but I thought it was fine.
If you ignore the marketing.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like as bad as I feel like it got. Like I feel like a lot of people were given like, oh, it's like a 2 out of 10 or it's like 4 out of 10. I was like, I give it a solid like 6.5, 7. It wasn't like 7. Amazing and it wasn't bad.
Seen Harrison Ford on Air Force One.
It was fine.
It was like he never left kind of moment.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah. And then I mean if you just let the movie play and you don't think too hard. You just let it go.
I definitely think it was like a filler movie, like just like to kind of fill in some answers with the new Captain America.
Maybe.
And
Or
like
maybe it was just actually trying to tell a story. I don't know.
I don't know.
What they were
It felt
trying to
like a
do.
small filler is
Yeah.
what it was. Like
I'm not
something that we're not
certain-
going to reference back to in multiple movies to come kind of thing. It was just like
Probably not.
it was just like a filler episode.
There might be some small things here or there, but it just kind of felt like
Well, we didn't really need to watch that prior to seeing Thunderbolts.
no, we
because
didn't.
they
'Cause we also
referenced
saw that movie
they
too.
referenced that movie once.
Yeah, twice, just in talk.
I just remember one.
Everything's
time.
in passing and in talking.
They were
It
just
doesn't-
like, oh yeah, and then our
it doesn't move the
president
plot.
turned into blah blah blah.
Yeah, it
Like,
doesn't. It doesn't move the plot.
No,
There's
it
other-
does. You don't need to watch it.
No,
Right.
and I thought it would, and because they're all like Marvel movies, and you know how they like to connect them.
Yeah,
At this point, I think that this one had connections to Fantastic Four
and Eternals.
and Eternals. Yes,
We should honestly, we could have probably watched Eternals. I know I've heard bad things about that one too, but we could have watched that one and gotten more information out of that connecting to Thunderbolts,
probably. Yeah.
considering what they're fighting over.
And I
so.
gotta say, Thunderbolts was great.
I really
give it a solid
liked-
8.
I do too. I really liked Thunderbolts, and honestly, it's probably
You have your major reserves with Florence Pugh being like the new Black Widow chick.
yeah.
Like you didn't like her in the Black Widow movie.
No,
And we didn't watch. Wasn't there a movie or a show?
probably I don't know. I don't know
I
all
thought there
this
was a
stuff.
Disney Plus show.
Um,
See, I'm lost on that.
I really liked the antagonist quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, it was more of
His
like
dark side.
It's more like what do you call what do you call like Deadpool or whatever, who's like both sides. He's not really a good guy.
Anti-hero?
Anti-hero, yeah.
Yeah.
Confused anti-hero.
Confused anti-hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Doesn't know how
say-
to control his powers yet.
Right, and has a lot of. It talks about mental instability.
It
pretty
does,
heavy.
and it really it gets dark so quick, and
Yeah.
it gets all of a sudden we're laughing and giggling, and then the theater in a split second goes, "I can't believe they just fucking did that."
Yeah.
Just the part, that part, and
Just
you're
the-
like, they did not just do that.
So, well, yeah, and yeah, it was really well written. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of what. So, like the Spider-Man No Way Home and this movie mixed together is what Multiverse of
Mhm.
Madness should have been.
Yeah,
And Multiverse of Madness was just a waste. in my
I
opinion.
thought it was a waste.
Yeah. So we got Fantastic Four coming up in a couple months. So I'm looking forward to that. So this is going to give us a little
That
bit of breathing
actually,
room.
to me, does not look bad, and I feel like we will go see that one.
Yeah, I think so too. But in the meantime, Lilo and Stitch, man. We're not going to spoil anything, but that is getting dragged through social media's mud right now.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. It did do well in the box office opening weekend, but odds are this weekend
It's not going to hit the numbers.
it's going to do the same thing that happened to Snow White and fall off by a good percentage.
because the more people that see it right now are going to warn the other people who haven't seen it yet not to see it.
Right. Agreed.
From-
And we were looking forward to it.
No spoilers or anything, but from what we're hearing is the trailer basically just shows you
The only
what
good stuff.
what is making you want to go see the movie,
Yeah.
and the rest of the movie is not what you think it is.
It's
So,
very interesting. I think they're putting
But-
their marbles into that film because there hasn't been a good Fantastic Four film. I kind of agree. The first one, in my opinion, I watched when it came out was fine in today's
well, yeah, I'm gonna
standards.
say when we watched the first one,
yeah,
I didn't think it was bad, but we
it's
were also
cringy, though.
teenagers.
It's very cringy.
We were teenagers, and we thought it was it's a superhuman movie. It's cool.
Yeah. And
But
so
if we watch it now, it's kind of like, ooh, yeah, it's a
this
little
is pretty
cringy
bad. This is pretty bad.
because we have that to compare to Endgame.
Right.
Like
we were
you
getting,
have a pedestal now.
You know what we had X-Men, Fantastic Four,
and
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Batman.
Well, and Batman.
Batman was all over the
But
place.
Batman was all over the place, yeah. So
And-
you don't really have a lot to compare it to,
Yeah.
and then you have some minor things here and there. But those are the major ones, and then all of a sudden all the Avenger stuff comes out, and you're like, Okay, this doesn't even hold
We-
a candle. AO2 or a torch.
A torch.
A torch to the rest of the movie.
There you go.
So
So yeah, and it's got two of your favorite actors in the new Fantastic Four. You got Joseph Quinn and your dude.
Oh,
my God.
Pedro Pascal.
That's the one actor you can actually say.
Yeah.
In recent standards, like
Yeah.
standard movies. That's kind of the one that if I said you would actually like, oh, okay. Yeah. So
Yeah, I know him.
so you got them two to look forward to, and then you've also got I don't know what they're all there's a female Silver Surfer in the new Fantastic Four, and whatever.
I don't care.
We'll see how that goes. We're just used to all the other stuff that's already been out
I'll
there.
keep an open mind. It's fine.
Yep. So we'll just see how this goes. What else on? I don't think there's anything else on watching. Oh, well, there's one thing. The UFL St. Louis Battlehawks are 7-2 on top of the entire league. Caw. Let's go. This coming weekend is the last regularly scheduled game. This is the 10th week, and then they go into the playoffs. Everybody who's in the playoffs, it's already been decided. Like four teams have been eliminated, 4 teams are going.
Who were we watching that was it Houston?
Houston last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were watching Houston go up against, I believe it was DC.
Yeah.
I don't know if we watched, did we watch the whole game?
Yeah, we did.
I don't recall.
Yeah, we watched the whole game.
You like watching
I
it.
like watching the XFL because I feel like it's better than the NFL. Like, it's so much more like, they look like, for one, it looks like they're having way more fun. I don't know why, but it just looks like they're having more fun on the field. They're like, hey, this is, I don't know. I just feel like the energy is better.
Do you suppose it's because they don't have to be held to some form of standard?
Maybe. I don't know. But at the same time, like, you also have to be putting on your best face and your best, like, work because you could be getting eyeballed to get into the NFL. Isn't that what you want to go?
This is essentially either your attempt at getting into the off season of a free agent. Possibly it can happen within this season, the next season.
I just feel like the I know we just watched like the highlights and stuff, but like even the highlights that we watch, they just don't play as strict, I guess, as like held under a microscope kind of thing, like the NFL does.
I think it's
it just seems like more fun, and they do cooler plays and take more risks, and I don't know.
There's a lot more opportunity to recall your penalties. You're given 2 penalty challenges.
Okay.
Like there's a lot more like they also recall penalties back. Like they make sure things are like okay, and they actually do that vocally to the audience. So there's a little bit more like available to the audience in the UFL by the fact that they're not hiding what the penalty is before it's called. That's what they need in the NFL.
I think it's fun.
Yeah. Other stuff that's interesting about the UFL is within the 2 minutes, if you get a first down, the clock stops until everyone's set. That's a really interesting take. Like I didn't know that was a thing, but it is. And then also, what was the other big one? A lot of field goals this year. Like a lot of people are attempting more field goals this year as opposed to trying for 4th down conversions. So
what happened to those Renegades?
They got eliminated last week.
Isn't that Patrick's team?
Yes, that's Patrick's team. Yes.
Brian, that's sour, man.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they were eliminated.
The 2-minute rule is a college rule.
Is it really? That's
didn't
cool.
know that.
That's interesting. They should adapt that to they took the kickoff rule. They should take other things from UFL and just bring them in, and call the UFL like their you know how they have like their, I don't know what they call like their not their peewees.
Little League? I don't know.
No, there's a term I'm looking for, but it's used in baseball more often.
Oh, okay.
When you have like
minor league?
Yeah, minor league. There you go. Yep. It's more like the NFL's minor league is what they should do. It's like kind of like, hey, we'll put some money into it actually, as opposed to it being its own league.
Yeah.
But anyways, enough of the UFL. We spent a lot of time on that. Let's talk about playing. We've been playing a little bit of Marvel Rivals. We did that a little bit on your stream over the past couple weeks, and then
I joined the boys once while you were gone.
yeah, while I was gone as well.
They were playing, and I'm like, I'm lonely.
Yeah.
I need to get on and play video games with the guys.
We've been really heavy in Warzone right now. Probably going to be checking out the multiplayer soon, right? Black Ops 6.
Yeah, we need
New
to do
season
that.
this weekend.
Yeah, we need to do that.
So you might want
We
to.
also need to save a day, and we really need to get you, me, Patrick, and Brian on Borderlands and get going on that.
It's interesting you say that because Borderlands 4 is getting dragged through the mud right now.
Why? Oh, for the cost. Okay.
I will get to that.
I
actually have that on the nerd
about
news.
like I thought you were talking about the game.
No, I'll get to that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a sec. So just be on the that'll be later on when we talk about some of the nerd stuff. What's up?
Brian said, "Yeah, you were so rude, just invading our time."
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not like Marvel Rivals hasn't really been like my go-to for a minute right now. It just hasn't really been calling me. So one day I might be like, oh yeah, that sounds really good, but I just haven't really had the oomph to play it recently. You and I did Mario Party Jamboree yesterday, just trying to get more.
We still don't have the last map unlocked yet.
Well, we haven't played since your brother's incident, basically, like with his
I guess
stomach and all that. So we haven't really had the opportunity to move forward. And
well, that in the game that when I took it over to Brett and Ashley's, I played under like
theirs,
mine or Ashley's account, not yours.
Yeah.
So I should have played under yours, so that way we could have gotten the points.
No, that's okay. No big deal. It's whatever. And then last night I tried a little bit of Doom: The Dark Ages. I played like an hour's worth of it. It's not grabbing me.
Maybe you should play a little bit more than an hour.
Well, I mean, an hour is a pretty good amount of time, I'd say. I mean, I got through a few checkpoints and stuff. I'm not saying it's like awful, but I'm just gonna play it off stream maybe one more time and see if it grabs me. But it's not right now. The concept is like just so sci-fi out there right now. Realism is dead in Doom. Like just the realism
it's
entirely.
Doom.
No, it's a little no. It's a little bit more than that. Like you know how like the movie Doom, they tried to have it just like be Marines going in, and then eventually one becomes like a super soldier. No, like this became more like you're tougher than Master Chief, and you punch the shit out of things. And
nobody's tougher than Master Chief.
Oh, Doomslayer and Master
Halo.
Chief.
Nobody's tougher than Halo.
Nobody's tougher than Halo. Be your own Halo. I don't know. It's fine. It's okay. Those that like Doom will probably like this game. I mean, I've gotten a hidden collectible, and I don't know. It's fine. It's okay. It's fast paced, very fast paced. Like you're able to infinite sprint and sprint forever, punch and things.
Brian said, I mean, he's been fighting demons in hell for many years.
Yeah. I can't say whether or not I like. I prefer this to any other Doom games that are recent, like as far as like Doom Eternal and Doom, like the reboot Doom. I mean, I like the reboot Doom a little bit more because it's a little bit darker, but I don't remember Eternal very much. I think I played a little bit of that as well, but I'm not like, it's not like I'm a huge Doom fan, but I grew up on it here and there, so it's not like I don't hate, loading it up every now and then and trying it out. So anyways, moving on. I've also been playing a lot of Nintendo recently, just chilling, playing on like some classic Nintendo
Madden
stuff. And Madden, yeah. Just won the Super Bowl. Whatever.
Eternal is the best of the three, Brian.
Eternal? Okay, so that's the second one. Maybe I should check that one out a little. I think I did play for something saying I did play a little bit of that one for sure. Like unless I'm mixing the Doom reboot with that one. It could be. They're all they all developed into the same person, so I believe. We need to talk about our movie club movie. This one was my choice, and we were continuing on to the X franchise, which this one is the pre-sequel to X, and it was made in tandem with X as well. I don't know if you knew that. It was like made right after I did say
I
that.
I remember Brian told us, and then he was rehashing that last night when I was talking on his stream.
Yeah, so this came out the same year, just a few months after, actually. So it was kind of a wow factor of just you don't really see that happening in horror movies. You know, the director Ty West, he wanted to do a lot of things differently with this franchise, and so far we're seeing it. This movie he wanted to do in black and white, Pearl, I'm talking about, because it takes place in 1918, so they wanted to actually kind of like go with that vibe, and the studio said no. So instead he did the opposite and went full Technicolor and did full saturation. So this movie's very colorful, like a lot more colorful than what you would normally see in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And I myself personally enjoyed it, but we're gonna go through and do some of the our own review and some facts and stuff. So this movie, in 1918, a young woman on the brink of madness pursues stardom in a desperate attempt to escape the drudgery, isolation, and lovelessness of life on her parents' farm. Pearl must tend to her ailing father while under the bitter and overbearing watch of her devout mother. Lusting for a glamorous life like she's seen in the movies, Pearl finds her ambitions, temptations, and repressions all colliding in this origin story of X's iconic villain. Starring Mia Goth, David Corenswet, and Tandy Wright.
Brian's girlfriend.
No. Tandy Wright is the mother.
Yeah, I know. It's
Mia Goth.
Mia Goth is Brian's girlfriend.
Critics give this a 93%. Fans give it an 83%. Not too bad. The budget was $4.8 million. It's pretty low budget. You can kind of
honestly that feels like a lot of money for this movie.
I think it's because they had to unmodernize everything.
Maybe.
So, box office 10.1. So it was a success in comparison to the.
I feel like you could make this movie easily off $1 million.
Feels like it.
Easily.
It
off
feels
$1 million.
like it. There's got to be something to it that maybe some of the effects.
Maybe because it
scene was pretty high in effects.
No, not really. I feel like I could do that myself. Honestly, all the special effects and stuff are, for the most part, pretty damn basic.
The ending, all of the stuff that sits out. Just trying to think of what's high.
I know. I'm just saying, that's just doing.
Just trying to pick,
I know, but it's not like there's I can't even think of any CGI parts because I don't think anything's CGI. Everything looked pretty damn practical.
It does, doesn't it? Even
I really just don't. I'm not exactly sure, other than the set building and things like that. But it's not like it's this big. They're out in the middle of nowhere on a farm, and they reused the damn scenes from the other movies. So
maybe the car. I don't know.
It just feels like $4 million seems like a lot of money for. Or $8 million, or what'd you say? $4 million. Yeah, it just feels like a lot of money for this movie.
You're right. I'm trying to think where the money went.
It could. I don't know. It could have also just been because of during COVID.
COVID was a big thing, and they had to do a lot of regulation.
Yeah, they probably had to make special.
What's very interesting is this movie came out, and this is also in the facts, during the COVID. It was filmed during the quarantine times of COVID-19. So, and it takes place
and it plays during the Spanish flu,
so
which is they're talking about a pandemic and masks, and it's.
Mm-hmm.
I liked and didn't like.
Yeah,
it brings back PTSD of wearing masks in town in front of people and trying to catch the bug.
Make sure you put your mask on. Make sure you have your mask.
100 years later,
make sure you quarantine. Make sure you're not sick. A lot of that stuff was oh my gosh, this is exactly how it's played today. But there was another thing. You see how isolated people are in comparison to X and other movies, horror movies. There's just more people in a room as opposed to Pearl. There's 3 people in a room at once, and they're all. I
feel like the whole cast is 20 people total.
Tops.
Yeah.
Yeah, even side characters.
Yeah.
Ones that don't even have a script. It's crazy how little amount of people are on set for this one, and it shows. Yeah. It shows. It's very little, very isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you feel it. You feel it. What did you think of this movie? As far as it being a prequel,
I loved it.
Had some weird stuff.
I liked it more than X.
Okay, why?
because it took less. It was more psychological.
Okay.
It took less to scare me.
There's,
It really you try to get into her head and I just it's almost like you're debating whether or not she has some type of demonic possession,
okay.
or she really is that fucking mentally ill, or maybe she's got some, I don't know, disease or something that's affecting her. But it's like I don't know, it's weird. Like you can't really figure out what's wrong with her. But you get these so up close personalized shots of her face, and she's so good at selling whatever it is in her head that's taking over when it takes over.
You're right. You're right.
So it's like she has like severe bipolar disorder, or she's got multiple personality disorder or something like that. And it's like a little switch goes off, and why are you lying to me? I'm good at telling this, and like all of a sudden, like it just and like
yeah,
it's weird, and then she like pops out of it. Like I don't know. I really liked like her acting was amazing, especially the scene at the end when she's pretending at the table to talk to Howard, but it's Howard's sister. That whole like 5-minute some conversation that she has is like looks like it's shot in one scene.
Let me tell you about that scene actually with the facts about that.
And she just like kills it.
Where was my cursor on that? Hopefully I didn't type anything interesting out. I have it in here. Okay. The climactic monologue goes for 7 minutes 57 seconds, consists of 17 shots, and the last shot goes for 5 minutes and 36 seconds.
Yeah, like she did like it's great.
It's crazy,
and you can tell when she's like in that last bit of it. You can tell when she like looks down and then looks back up. It's like she's in that craziness moment, and then all of a sudden she's back.
Yeah, like
she's like, okay, I'm back now. Like it
was like, oops, I just said everything.
But so I will tell you, like there's two main things that keep going through my head today after watching it last night, and it's such a simple scene that's shot, but it's so scary.
What's that?
It's right afterwards when the sister-in-law is walking out of the house and trying to walk away.
Yeah.
And Pearl just comes out and just grabs the axe and just starts gradually starting to run towards her, and she's running. And it's like this, I don't know. It's like such a simple scene to sell, and they sold it.
They did really well.
Like so simple.
Yeah.
And it was like
she had true fear coming out.
I know, and I was like, because it's like you can feel that sense of, all right, get the hell out of the house, get the hell out of the house. She's crazy. All right, we're out of the house. Let's start walking fast. Oh fuck,
you're dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The fact that I hated the fact that she tripped though. I'll tell you that.
It's always
bitches be tripping.
Yeah, bitches be tripping. It happens
Scary movies. It happens every fucking time.
Every time.
I was hoping she would take the axe and just like chuck it at her.
That would have been a little too much. I think that would have been the CGI.
But yeah, I thought that scene was that, and then the very last scene where she's where Howard gets there, and then she's like, "I'm so happy you're home," and she's just staring at the camera, smiling all creepily.
So, a fact about that one.
That's like, and then she gets like, I don't know. It's so intense and creepy, and
Pearl's deranged smile that carries on through the end credits was unplanned.
Awesome, that's even better.
With Ty West refusing to call cut and letting the emotions play out, Mia Goth's smile becomes more strained.
Yeah.
A tear falls down her face, and she even does an impatient head shake as she waits for him to call cut. It lasts for 1 minute and 51 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I loved it.
How crazy is that? Like, those are the two things that are, like, very... Like, the monologue itself, to do something like that and to speak with no cut, you and I look for those. Because of one of our favorite directors, M. Night Shyamalan, who you see this in Unbreakable of all movies. drawn out scenes where the camera just circles. It doesn't cut.
Yeah.
It goes from one person to another. You just see one angle. You see a perspective view. That kind of stuff. Like, we look for those in a lot of movies. Like, the movie 1917 is one of our favorites because you can't find where the scene cuts for the most part, other than where it goes dark. That's the only time. Other than that, the rest of the movie is like, you get so like, this feels like one take. I still have to show my parents that movie.
Yeah.
But for me, I give this movie an 8.5.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's one of our first agreeance movies,
Yeah.
actually, in a while for
Yeah.
for this. I got a few facts about this to go on, and then we can talk about what we want to do next as far as our next movie goes. Ty West and Mia Goth collaborated on the script via FaceTime during a mandatory 2-week quarantine in New Zealand prior to filming X. They had only hoped A24 would agree to make the film. Fortunately, the project was greenlit before filming began on X. To prepare for the tone of this movie, Ty West suggested Mia Goth watch Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, which came out in 1962, and The Wizard of Oz.
Okay, I get a very creepy Wizard of Oz feel from it for sure.
The dress.
Just the scenery and how she's acting. Like, she
The
acts
bike.
like a really crazy Dorothy.
The bike riding. And
Yeah. Like, she's a cuckoo Dorothy is
Yeah.
what she is. She's a killer Dorothy.
Tandy Wright, who plays Pearl's mother, was the intimacy coordinator on X and was offered the role of Ruth as the shoot on the first film was wrapping up. According to Ty West, she learned German for the role in a hurry and became so convincing in her accent that she fooled 2 German members of the crew. How insane is that?
That's not exactly the easiest
Your
language
intimacy
to...
coordinator is now your mother. And she knows German in 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks, but whatever. The time it took to do the role. But like, holy crap.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean, talent where talent is due. I mean, that's awesome because I thought she was herself German. I mean, reading this
she's
fact.
pretty convincing. Yeah,
this was secretly filmed simultaneously with X. I thought it was done after, but it was simultaneously. So Pearl serves as the film's prequel, serving the title character's early life in 1918, decades before the events of X.
Mm-hmm.
The screenplay spawned from Mia Goth and Ty West doing character prep for the older version of Pearl seen in X, which had become so this screenplay was spawned from her prep for her role in X. Like, they wanted to know her backstory and all that stuff just for X. And then they're like, wait a minute, we might have a movie here.
Well, yeah.
So
I have questions because I had questions and I had some of them answered. I had a couple more questions, but it's just, I guess it's just left up to interpretation.
There's gonna be some other facts I got here. Online, fans of the film often lovingly call this movie Joker for girls because
I'd agree with that
because of how some of the female fans find Pearl relatable. Similarly to how some male fans of the 2019 film relate to the titular character.
I will tell you, babe.
Yeah.
I don't relate to Pearl.
That's okay. No, I get it. You just find her interesting.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, I find that kind of like mental instability. I don't want to say fascinating, but interesting.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
There you go. The pornographic film shown to Pearl is titled A Free Ride and it came out in 1915.
Oh, it's a real porno?
It is a vintage stag film. Yeah.
I did not. Woohoo! We watched vintage porn.
We did. The film's production is the subject of some debate. It surfaced in the 1970s and was at one point sold by some distributor in 1915, while silent film historian, this guy's name, Kevin Brownlow, has posited that it was made in the early 1920s, so it might not have been actually dated properly.
Well, it's around the
Either
time.
way, we just saw vintage porno in this movie, and it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was
It
weird.
a little weird.
Pearl tends to hush those she kills, as she did in with Mitzi and the Scarecrow. In X, this was mirrored when Pearl touched Maxine and said it would be their secret.
Hmm.
What's up?
Did you know you can watch the whole thing on Wikipedia?
What's that?
I think he's talking about the porn.
Oh, I'm good. um, as shown by the date and amplified by the newspaper that Pearl picks up early in the film takes place at the height of the Spanish flu, 1918 to 1920, with headlines like "Public gatherings are forbidden" and "Face masks worn on the street of all American cities." So that's kind of how it was coincidentally written for COVID-19, and it kind of makes a good, like, interesting, tie-in with that.
Yeah.
There are several callbacks to the first film X. Two were in the audition scene. First, Pearl stands on the X, marking the spot where she needs to start her dance. Then one of the members of the panel states that they are looking for someone with an X factor.
Yep.
Which is how Wayne described Maxine in X on more than one occasion. Finally, when the projectionist was explaining the stag film industry to Pearl, he said that he planned on capitalizing early, which was a theme discussed in X between Wayne and RJ several times. So trying to capitalize on stag films.
Okay.
So one last fact here. The medicine that Pearl buys for her father is morphine sulfate, and the label warns it may be habit forming. So it's not supposed to be a long-term medicine.
That's because it's morphine.
So he was supposed to be limited on that, and he probably wasn't actually supposed to be paralyzed. He was, if he wasn't, I wonder if he were to not take it, would it have been?
Morphine's just for pain.
Oh, it's not a sedative.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a sedative and for pain.
But anyways, good prequel, actually, written well, really well, and done really well. What's our next movie?
I mean, is it weird that I want to watch Maxine?
No, that's the third one in the whole
I
thing.
know. As soon as we got done watching Pearl last night, I really just wanted to turn on Maxine. Like, I want to see how everything just kind of, because that's the last one, right? Like, there's no more.
Yeah.
Is there another one in production? We just don't know about it.
Let me look.
I don't know. I'm interested. Like, we've already watched these two. Might as well finish it off.
No. What? No, get out of here. They're doing. Okay, here, hold on.
Anything?
Hold on. X film series.
Not Triple X film series.
No, the thing is, it kept on putting me at X-Men.
Oh.
So I was like, no, I don't want Marvel X-Men or anything like that. So Maxine is actually a legit sequel. I don't see any
2X
films. There is. That's MAXXXINE. There is no. This might be pretty final.
Okay.
So let me get Maxine's synopsis here, because I don't even know if we did that for Pearl. Get out of here. Search.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do it for every movie.
All right, Maxine. This came out last year. This takes place in the 1980s, so 10 years after the X. Yep. So, in 1980s Hollywood, adult film star and aspiring actress Maxine Meigs finally gets her big break. But as a mysterious killer stalks the starlets of Hollywood, a trail of blood threatens to reveal her sinister past. Starring
Mia Goth?
Yeah, she's in it, but she was not the first one written. I was like, what? The first one was Charlie Rowan McCain. I was like, huh? Simon Prast, Mia Goth. And of course, this is probably going to have a whole bunch of nobodies like they've been doing, which is fine. Giancarlo Esposito's in it.
Oh,
That's
cool.
interesting. That's very interesting. He's in like everything. Halsey's in it. Kevin Bacon?
It's probably a side character.
Probably because it takes place in the 80s. So, yeah. Anyways, interesting. Looking forward to watching it. I got a few different nerd news items to get to here. The first of is Borderlands 4. We've been talking about it. It's been in the news recently that the price hike of games has gone up to $80 these days. I'm not sure that it's justified for most games these days, and I don't care about inflation becoming a thing because the standard has been 70, and before that was 60, and we were okay with that. Even it's been kind of like a roller coaster.
It's more of the matter of fact of what the director, what's his name?
Oh, Randy Pitchford is the
What?
CEO of Gearbox.
Yeah, so
yes.
it's more of the matter of fact of what he said that kind of ticks me off.
There has been a roller coaster in social media right now. The controversy began with him tweeting out, responding to a fan's concern about Borderlands 4 costing $80. He said, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen.
I feel like that's just like slapping us in the face.
It's very upsetting.
Like it just.
So with that knowledge, I turned to you and I said, I don't want to buy it on time for the first time. This is the second thing that's coming out over the next 6 months that we have an opportunity to pay for and buy because, whatever. We can buy the Switch too if we want to. We can also get Borderlands 4 on time if we want to. Both items at this point, probably not. Like, this upset me. Like, did it upset you to the point where you don't want to get it right
if they're
away?
going to say stuff like that, it's just kind of like, all right, well, I don't have to buy your game.
No, we don't. We have other games right now. The list is still there. We have other stuff to do. We still have to play 3, and we own that one right now. Why would we go and buy another one if we're not done with 3 yet? So, at this point, if we get through 3, then we'll buy 4. But right now, I am not happy with that response.
Well, how much did they have how much did he have to deal with the movie too?
I don't know if that matters.
I wonder if that had any factor in it. He's like, you know what, I had my royalties and it wasn't enough, so I'm just raising the price.
I don't think that had anything to do with it. It made some money. I don't know what money it made at the box office.
Not
wait, we went over that.
We went over all that.
It failed.
It made like shit.
It failed hard, and we were happy about that.
And I'm very happy about that.
So the roller coaster has continued, actually. There was another developer that reached out and actually mocked the situation. They said to promote their own game, Mycopunk, which I have no idea what this game is. They said that it would be cheaper than a single copy of Borderlands 4. Like another company reached out and said, you know what's cheaper? This game, you can buy a couple of them. That wasn't a good idea because now we got game companies fighting against each other because Randy Pitchford responded and he said, Mycopunk is cheaper than a point of meth. I don't know why he said that. Like, I think Randy Pitchford needs to just
I think
stop.
he needs to just like not
stop.
Yeah, he shouldn't have social media, I guess.
Many fans and community members have criticized Pitchford's comments as tone deaf, elitist, and harmful to the developer's reputation and the game's launch. I agree.
Yeah.
It is very harmful right now. I actually just took a poll on IGN with I think a couple thousand voters. I don't remember the outcome of it was a high percentage saying that they're not getting Borderlands 4 launch day. And I was one of them.
What's funny is that Rotten Tomatoes is still sitting at a 10%.
What? Did you look it up?
I just did.
What? How can it be that high? Who gave it a positive review?
I don't know. I remember the very first time we looked at it, though, it was sitting at a 3, and I've never seen something that low before.
Is that fans or critics?
I don't know. Well, look it up. It just said when you Google it, it says 10%.
That's probably critics. If you go to the actual Rotten Tomatoes site, it'll tell you How is it 49?
I
on
don't
fans?
know.
Get outta here.
49 for fans.
Fans are
That's stupid. Nope, that's dumb. Nope, y'all don't know what you're talking about.
At PAX East recently, Randy Pitchford claimed he doesn't know the final price, stating rising development costs and market shifts. He emphasized the game's value, stating Borderlands 4 has doubled the budget of 3. I don't know if that matters. You are a high-end developer.
3 was how many years ago? 10?
No. Borderlands 3? No. It did not come out 10 years ago. No
Feels
way.
like it was 10 years ago.
What?
I don't know. It does. Oh, hi, Keed.
3
5 years ago.
came out 6 years ago. 2019. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it came out, when we were...
We played a little bit of it.
It was the last year we were still in the other apartment.
You and I had our own, like, you get your own, like, apartments and stuff in there in Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
Or 3, I mean.
3.
That's all I remember.
We didn't play a lot of it because I don't remember why we stopped playing it. It's not that we didn't like it. We just, I don't know if we were moving and then just got our swing got interrupted and.
So it has not 100% been confirmed that it's $80 right now. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick did not confirm an $80 price, but stated that players will pay for high-quality entertainment, and the company aims to provide astonishing value.
We'll see.
Comes out
maybe
September
we'll
12th.
rent it first.
No.
We'll rent it and see if it's worth $80.
So, what defines a real fan, really? I mean, you and I have been following Borderlands.
I was a fan enough to give the movie a try, and I shouldn't have.
You and I have followed Borderlands since at least 2. I followed it since the middle end of 1. Like when 1 was about done and 2 was announced, I was playing 1 and I was like, I'm ready to move to 2 already. Like, and 2 was just one of the best of the entire series. So I've got to say, like, a real fan is a true real fan is someone who has gone back and played those games and waited for the next one to come out and hope it was good. But right now, I'm hoping.
The only one that came out that we really weren't a fan of
sequel,
was
the pre-sequel.
The pre-sequel.
Yeah.
It was just
loud.
messy.
It was loud.
It was loud
colorful.
and messy.
Yeah. Yep. $70 to $80 for a game is starting to. It's starting to upset, some people. And, we spent $70 on Back 4 Blood. Yeah. Let that one
think about that.
What was the other game we bought that we bought? Modern Warfare 3, I think, the newest one. So we could play it a month early or something.
Maybe? I don't remember.
That was 8 or 2. One of the two. It was one of the worst decisions. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just whatever. I'm moving on from it. We'll wait and see how this goes. Subscription-based stuff like Game Pass and PlayStation Plus might have caused a lot of the industry to go this route because a lot of people aren't buying games. We are included on that because if it's on Game Pass, that's when we play it most of the time. The last game we bought was a Nintendo game, and that's always been Nintendo games.
Yeah. I think
Just
so.
what it is. I need to show you something.
What?
My mouse is missing. Hold on.
Your mouse? Is that what you call it now?
It was sitting on the desk.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It has fantastic reach.
Oh, yeah. That's like all over the internet right now.
So, this is the cast of Harry Potter. And I want to know your thoughts on it.
Harry Potter what?
The series.
Like the TV series?
TV series that's going to be coming soon. These are the kids.
Okay.
I mean, they look like Hermione. I guess Hermione.
Yeah.
Ron and
I think they look fine. Is there an issue?
no, this is just the official cast.
Oh, I think they look the part, and it's not like we can recast the same cast because they're our age, so it's not gonna work.
So
as long as they do their part well, I feel like it looks fine to me.
you're where was I going with this? Like,
I don't know.
do you think that this is like the TV series is worth coming out? Do you think that's worth?
I mean, we saw how old is the Harry Potter first movie? Like probably over 20 years old, right?
Yeah,
it is over 20 years old. So yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
The only people that are going to have issues and be super judgmental is our generation and maybe
older.
somebody a little bit older, a little bit younger. And then
Right.
after that, there's not really.
Yeah. I'm kind of in agreement with you. Like, I mean, I'll probably check it
it's
out. It's coming out on
fine.
HBO. Which shit, that's kind of crazy that HBO is now called HBO again. But Harry Potter, Ron.
I mean, maybe
and
this gives it
Hermione.
maybe it gives the TV show a good chance to dig deeper into parts of the book that weren't told,
Exactly.
or books that weren't told.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you've got somebody like my 13-year-old nephew that just finished all of the books. So, and he said he likes and prefers, obviously, the books over all of the movies, but enjoyed the movies. But you got somebody from a Gen Alpha that can watch this and enjoy it, or possibly enjoy it and get something out of it, versus like kids his age that haven't watched it and they're like, this is getting somebody like a younger generation into the Harry Potter world, which is fun.
Yeah. I'm
well,
interested
is
to
it
see.
something that we're gonna watch? I mean, maybe we might try it out,
Yeah.
but like, I feel like that time has come and gone from us.
Maybe.
Like, I
Well,
feel
here's the
like
thing.
we're gonna be way too judgmental.
The movie, the first two movies, the acting of the kids, of course, is not very good.
No, but we were their age when we watched it, so
This-
it like worked.
This series, there's gonna be a lot more like, eyes on them for good stuff. Like good,
Yeah. So
good
they have their
acting.
own generation of kids to grow up with.
Right.
Like Daniel Radcliffe and I are like days apart. Like, so it's when I saw Harry Potter from movie 1 to the last movie, I grew up with them as they grew up. So it was relatable. I didn't think that they were too young or the acting was stupid. Because I was the same age and they had, but for the most part, the kids had zero acting experience and they took people and just
Right.
put them in the movie.
Right. These guys, I think, have acting experience.
Yeah, so we'll just have to see how it goes. I mean, I want to pass judgment on that before it actually comes out. I've heard about other parts of the cast that are controversial and whatnot.
Snape.
Honestly, as long as they don't do the whole freaking woke shit and whatnot,
Well, Snape.
don't do all that.
Snape has been cast. I think Hagrid was cast, and McGonagall, I think, was cast as well too.
Mhm.
So
I think people need to understand though is that it's
well, publicly,
you're
anyway.
not gonna be able to make this Harry Potter like the Harry Potter we grew up with, and the people that are gonna be most critical are us because we grew up with when the books first came out. We grew up when the movies first came out. So I don't think that they are trying to aim this TV series at us. I think they're trying to aim it at the new, younger generation.
Maybe us too.
Probably in hopes that we will
Yeah,
join in on it. But
that's a lot of people to.
am I
to
like
make happy.
super stoked about it?
Eh.
Not really.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping is they do one season per book, basically, and then if it's if it's like a 10 episode, 12 episode, whatever.
I just hope they
That's what
don't
I'm
like
hoping.
do what Disney does and is just like they're telling the same story, but they decide to just tell
Disney's
the
been
same story
doing that.
along with adding in another story that makes absolutely no freaking sense and fucks everything up.
So like Snow White, Lilo and Stitch.
I like all the stuff that they're doing right now.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch.
Because
Or
I mean,
Lilo and Stitch,
the
Snow
books
White.
and the movies follow a pretty linear line of we're taking big parts and putting them into a movie. If they go
would
to if
think
they if
that
they
there would be no failure on their part.
right, so there's just, it's kind of like when if you were to make a Lord of the Rings kind of stuff, do you know how much that they don't have in the movies that are in the books? Like, that's for basically any book. You can't just give the book to the people and say, hey, we're going to write a movie, or else it would be, 10 movies long, page for page.
Maybe. I mean, you just hope that what gets told is what's necessary. Like,
yeah, we'll just have to see what it is.
'cause,
Maybe
like-
it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. Who knows?
and you know what this is going to spawn a Hunger Games series.
Don't we have a Hunger Games
think
thing
there is
coming
one.
out?
I think there is.
Isn't there like a new movie coming out?
There's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like I think this fall.
And that isn't a prequel?
It is.
Yeah.
Haymitch going in.
Yeah. See, I'm interested in that. I like the stories that lead up to where we're at.
Well,
like
the
that's
one
what
that
I like
just
to watch.
came out a couple of years ago is also a prequel.
Oh yeah, we haven't watched that one either. We should watch that one too.
Eventually. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. I'm still not gonna forget how we went and saw the last movie in the theater.
We've seen
and,
all of them in
and
theaters.
I'd never read the
I've
books,
known
and
all of
you
this.
did
I've
the
known
books,
everything.
and you looked over at me when the big moment was happening because I had no idea it was
There's
gonna
two big
happen.
moments.
And then it happened, and you were like, "Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen, and I was gonna strangle you."
I was waiting for it to happen.
It was like, you see these videos of us showing our younger children like watching Titanic for the first time, or
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
was it there's like all this stuff, and they're like, why'd they have to kill blah blah blah, like or watching was it the vampire movie Twilight. Remember we were
Yeah,
watching that.
yeah.
They're like, so you're showing it to your young 10-year-old and getting their reaction because it was your reaction 20 years ago.
You mean like
and-
the whole twist and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like we're seeing people's reactions to, like The Sixth Sense these days.
Oh man, to be able to
Younger
to show like a
your nephew's never watching that movie.
he's like me, and eventually hopefully will open up to that kind of stuff, but I opened up to horror and scary movies much later
Because
than a
of
regular
me.
person, but
Because
it was
of
because
me.
of you, and you
Yeah.
kind of like made me watch it, so.
Yep. One other thing to talk about here, as far as we were talking about reboots and sequels and all that stuff. One other thing before we get into our fan question, they are official. Well, they're probably rebooting Scrubs, and Zach Braff is attached.
I did hear about that, and I don't know if I want it.
If they can come up with original content and not just continue,
I feel
doing
like
the
it's gonna
same
be a
old
try hard.
jokes,
It's gonna be a try hard. I don't think it's gonna be a
agree.
bomb. I'm gonna call
it's
it.
gonna be like that '90s show.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and at first that '90s show was okay, and then
was.
afterwards it was just
Not.
season 2 was just
Yep.
meh.
The detachment from the people that
Mhm.
needed to be on attached,
Exactly. It's
but can't be attached because of their controversy.
I just don't feel like it's.
It's crazy.
We're wanting nostalgia. We're wanting to feel the same thing that we felt when we were younger watching an original TV show, and you're not going to get that.
Scrubs ended in 2012.
Yes.
Like it was done.
It was done, and it ended perfectly. You don't, just like doing the Office reboot. I don't want it.
Oh, it's not a reboot.
Or not a
It's-
reboot.
It's
and
a sequel
a
series.
sequel
It's
series.
just like doing Parks
I
and
don't
Rec.
I don't want to do that.
The only person that's attached so far is just Oscar.
I know, but I don't want to do it.
It's
I don't want
gonna
it.
be
I don't want
fine.
another sacrifice.
It's gonna be fine. That's the clip I was trying to find. The one, the Warzone one where
Oh, the word
you sacrificed yourself.
Yeah, where I sacrificed myself
Yeah,
at
I was
the
trying
end.
to find that for the podcast, but whatever. Maybe I'll put that on for a YouTube video.
There's
for you.
there's certain things you just shouldn't touch, and you don't need to play with it anymore. Just leave it
Come
be.
up with something original.
Leave it be. You don't need
I mean,
to touch it.
How I Met Your Mother, Friends,
Yeah,
The Office.
Leave it alone.
I mean, The Office
Leave
is
it
a,
alone.
is a
It's fine. It's
is
pure
a-
comedy. Leave it alone.
it's a spin-off from the British, but it went on a much longer and told more original stories than the British series. But I'm just saying, like, there's so many other out there that give you content like that. Like, I'm sure there's a series out there that's good. I mean, you never know. You never know what you're gonna get. There's too much content these days, and all
I
they're
know.
doing is rebooting shit.
We still have to watch The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I know it's not getting good reviews, but I still want to watch it. I want to have my own opinion about it. I've been spoiler free the entire time.
So far, me too,
The
except for
entire
a
time.
couple of moments that are memed.
Nope. There's nothing. I've been very good about not interacting with anything. My algorithm is dead.
It's probably because nobody cares about it anymore.
That's fine. That's good for me. That means that I'm
What was
not
the
getting anything
Walking
spoiled.
Dead had that fall off a couple times where people would go back and forth. It's kind of like that. Feels like that. But anyways, quality of life. We need to talk about it and what we've done to change ours. What improved your quality of life so much you wish you did it sooner? This is our fan question, and we put this out on all of our social medias and Discord. We appreciate your responses. If there's anybody here in YouTube that hasn't responded to any of our social medias, please respond here, and we'll also talk to you here about it. So there's a lot that could probably be listed for us because you and I have changed our lifestyle so much over the past 10 years. It's crazy.
Literally, like the last two
for you.
really for me has been significant.
I want to say one thing that we know has improved our lives 100%, and there's no argument about it. It is such a stigma, but it's 110% true. Diet and exercise
Yeah.
has and will always improve your life, and you wish you do it sooner every time you do it. Like we're eating healthier right now. We're not necessarily like exercising yet. We're gonna probably get into that. Who knows? One day we're gonna be like, I feel like doing it. Let's go. Boom. We're gonna start doing our exercises again. We just haven't gotten back into that. But everything else that we've done recently has been more of like to better ourselves. Like we try to reduce our sugar intake, our bread intake or something. We don't have a lot of stuff in the house right now.
I've been real shit this weekend.
Well, that's okay.
Cat cravings.
Yeah. Not those types of cravings.
Not those types of cravings.
Just, coming soon.
What the fuck?
I don't know what I was going to say there.
It's just like coming soon? There is no bun in the oven. You're giving everybody
no.
like these hints.
There's
that
no bun in the oven right
something's
now.
Coming. not no bun and no oven.
I love your
I don't know why you said that. I just said I have cravings this week. Oh, geez. Did you have to dig any further
Do you
than
really
that?
realize people would be like, oh, that means something?
Oh, shit. She said this. Just, Alex's butt cracks on the internet.
Yeah.
Sorry, you had to be their last podcast episode.
But, diet and exercise can't be stated enough that you have to have that put forward. And once you start doing it and it's habit forming, you get results. Yep. You wish you'd done it sooner. I have another one, but I'm sure you want to say something. Say one of yours. We can go back and forth.
You want to go back and forth?
Yeah, it's fine. What
You
do
like
you got?
going back and forth?
What do you got?
So what has improved my quality of life so much? I wish I did it sooner. So when I think of quality of life, the one thing I didn't have for a long time was making myself happy and putting me first, doing the things I wanted to do for me because I lived my life for other people for way too many years. It's going to sound really stupid, but it makes me happy. But dyeing my hair and getting tattoos.
Yeah.
I was told for many years, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Given the opportunity to be
Given
a
the
rebel
opportunity to do it,
now.
and I've done it, and it makes me very happy. I don't ask me why. Just some people are like they think of that kind of stuff as silly, but like I feel like I'm 36 living the way I wanted to be when I was 18 and 19 and 20. Like I didn't get to
You're
do
still a prisoner in your own head.
I am, but like I feel like the world now is a lot different than it was 20 years ago, and it's just I don't want to say professionalism has gone down the drain, but professionalism has opened up, and it has not gotten like it was so white tightly wound when I was 18 to 30, not even 30, but 18 to like 25, 28, like professionalism in medical, and like you consider those people like, you know, no tattoos, their hair brushed and natural colored, and no piercings and no this. You know what I did this week? I went to the eye doctor. Every single receptionist and the people that help you out and put the stuff in your eyes and whatnot, like assistants, all of them covered in tattoos, multiple piercings in their face, like happy-go-lucky people. And that, like, I go there and it's like you can see them showing off who they want to be.
True.
Like, to an extent. And it was just like, you know what? If you were to go into like any other kind of like facility like that, I feel like they would just be like, okay, well, you can't have any tattoos shown. You can't have any of your piercings shown. You can't have any colored hair. You have to look a certain way. Like, I get it. Like, being uniform and stuff is nice, but like, let people do what they want to do to a certain extent.
To an extent.
Yeah, to an extent. But like, not like being told, like, one of the places I worked at for the longest time. I mean, we were in desperate need of people, and we hired people, and they got hired knowing no colored hair, no piercings, and no visible tattoos. And it was so bad that this person, nicest person ever, by the way, had her hands all the way up to like a lot of her arms were just covered in tattoos, all the way up to like her fingers. And there's no way of hiding that, really, unless she was taking bandages and wrapping her hands was a requirement for her in order to work for the company.
Wow.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Like, because she had tattoos on her fingers, and we weren't allowed to show any visible tattoos.
That looks worse.
It does. It makes it look worse. You're right. It makes it look way worse. It brings more attention to the person. Like, oh my God, what did you do? Oh, I just have a bunch of tattoos and I can't show them off. And they weren't offensive. They're just little symbols and doodles or whatever you want to call it.
You have yet to get like little tattoos. Yours have all been like.
Oh, I have a little tattoo. The one on my ankle, the one that we forget about.
That's not even little. I'm talking smaller ones, even smaller.
Smaller?
Ones. Yeah, you don't have any of those.
That's pretty damn small to me.
I'm talking smaller.
Oh. But like, I don't know. I feel like that's a thing. Like, for me to just be like, you know, the reason I got this tattoo here instead of here is because of where I worked at the time. Like, I'm talking about, like, I don't have my first tattoo I got was not up on my upper wrist. It's on my, or I guess lower, upper, whatever. It's on my mid-arm.
Yeah.
It's on my mid-arm up here instead of up here, because I had to think about when I'm wearing my lab jacket, when I pull it up, how far can I pull it up comfortably that I'm not going to get too hot or too cold and it's not going to show my tattoo. So, like, to have to, like, do that kind of pissed me off. But I also were like,
got Patrick in chat saying he had to do the same thing where he had to wrap his arm in bandages while he was doing phlebotomy. Yeah.
See, exactly, and that's medical. Like, but I will tell you what.
I
will tell you that all of the doctors I've ever worked with in my entire career, some of the best ones, one in particular, had like over 100 tattoos, and you would have never known unless he showed you.
Because they're all hidden.
They're all hidden. But I will tell you one thing. He sweats like a son of a gun. So when he is in surgery, he wears. You can see a lot of his tattoos because he'll wear scrubs and stuff like that. But he's away from clients. But I mean, I'm talking. The guy even has a tattoo on his inner lip, of a wooden shoe. When you have to pull his lip down. And I was like, "What's your craziest tattoo?" Because when I first saw him in surgery, because outside of surgery, when he's in rooms, he's like gotten a button up on and a white jacket and like looks super professional. And then when he's got his scrubs on, you see his arms are covered, his neck is covered, his chest covered. I'm like, oh, dude, what's your craziest tattoo? And he pulls down his lip. He's like, this one. He's got like a wooden shoe in his lip.
Yeah.
But like outside of that, like amazing doctor. But it's like people think that you have to judge based on tattoos. I mean, obviously, if you have, like, a tattoo across your head that says, you know, die or something like
Yeah,
obviously
if
that's
you got
not
something like that, that's kind of saying some kind of political statement,
yeah
or
or something like. But like I mean, for the most
Hold your
part, it's just
horses.
it's art and you're expressing yourself in different ways. But I'd say like that's probably one of the biggest things was
yeah,
like my hair color and my tattoos. They make me happy when I do it, and I wasn't allowed to when I decided to say fuck that and just start doing it myself
yeah.
and got the privilege. Then boom, now I'm doing it all the time. Makes me happy.
My next one is kind of a weird addition. Getting a male cat has made me laugh and enjoy life so much more than having just the basic female ones that we've
The
had.
basic female
We
ones.
have had
Love your
boring
terminology.
female cats that lie around. Cade is so fun, but he learned off of female cats. That's where you need to have those ones that lounge around so he can learn what it's like to be calm, because he's not that way without them around. So
I don't want to say like I told you so.
You kind of, yeah. I mean, that's why
one of my favorite cats in the whole world only lived to be 2.5 and was a boy.
I know, but the thing
And
is,
you're like, I'm never having a boy cat.
no, there were a lot of stipulations that I was
There's a lot of stuff. They piss on things, but girls do too. We have one in the house.
I know, Nymeria is so bad. So I was like, okay, so Cade's not so bad after all, after having him for 2 years now.
I mean, the first year was a little bit crazy, but it was only because he
Wants
to
and
play.
Puppy, every kitten and puppy we've had, their first year, except for Snickers, has been hell.
I wouldn't say hell. I'd just say they're annoying.
To the point where we're like, we need to, grasp our sanity for a few minutes. You've had those moments.
Yeah, I know.
I've had those moments
Yeah.
with the two recent younger ones where it's like,
it's another stigma, basically.
You
that
gotta
you overcome.
Both males were a little over the top at some point.
I feel like we both kind of like took because we had never had a male anything. Well, I mean, I had a male cat before, but like we had never had a male dog before.
Yeah, he's more affectionate, wants more attention, more social,
more dependent. I'll tell you that.
And
you put
thinks
Layla
he's
and him in the
independent.
same freaking room, I'd be like, Layla could take care of herself for a couple days and be fine. And Pixel's like, we're downstairs and he's
if he doesn't eat
and
for
we're
6
up,
hours,
and
he
he's
gets
up
nauseous.
here. He's like, oh my god.
If he gets nauseous and sick if we don't feed him within a few. Like Layla never.
Oh no.
Never.
No.
Jeez, it's crazy how much different they are. But I'm just saying, like, when you have
damn basic bitch female cats.
Right. Well, when you have the basic female cats that don't do a lot, that are just kind of like,
they eat and they lay around and then they get pissy if you touch
Right.
them the wrong way.
Cade was all about being social, active, and doing all this stuff. He's learned to tone it down from these cats. So I know our friends have male cats and they have nothing but like bad things to say here and there. It's like, oh, this bad thing happened. They're crazy. They don't listen. They're in my face with food. Cade,
And that's what they
never,
do. That's what they do. They're
Cade has
carnivores.
never been in my face with food.
No,
Ever.
he's in my face.
You let him be.
I know because I love him.
Oh, it doesn't mean I don't love him. What's your second one?
Okay. What improved your quality of life so much you wish you did it sooner? Clearing out my quote unquote friends list. Digital and physical.
Yeah. We have cleaned out a lot of toxicity in
Yeah.
our lives. Not all of it.
I wouldn't even say friends. I would just say relationships.
There you go.
I would say digital and non-digital relationships.
And you've learned from
the people that truly matter in your life, basically.
And you've learned from your previous thing you stated that you're not going to take shit from those people. So that's why they're no longer in your lives.
Yeah, like basically I've just kind of learned, you know what, like the biggest thing I've learned in my 30s is to take care of myself the way I want to feel. And if you're not going to be like, there's no time in your life for toxicity. And if people are going to be toxic, then what was the thing we learned on TikTok? If you're if people are obsessed with you or mad at you and obsessing over you, you are their main character.
Yeah.
And you should be happy about that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I should be. But you know what? I don't want to be in these people's lives. So I've just
Right.
decided to just go. I think the last time I did it was like last month or 2 months ago. I just went through Facebook and I'm like, why the fuck do I still have these people on here? Why am I following these people? Why, like, it's just toxic stuff. Or I have toxic memories with these people and I don't have them in my life
Most
anymore.
of the memories are only be like, oh, I drank with that person a few
Yeah,
times.
I had a couple drinks. Why do I have these people in my life? Why am I following their lives? Like, nope, okay, goodbye.
There are friends that we've actually kept that were like, they were from that part, but they stayed with us through other things. And they actually talked to us outside of that type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Like,
It's just, I don't know, finding people in your 30s that are genuine is
genuine
hard,
is a very,
but it's
very
also
good
like,
word.
I feel like if you're a part of my friend group, I consider you, especially in my 30s now, compared to like a lot of friends I've had in the past, you are a genuine friend of mine.
Yeah.
All babes.
All babes. So like, I mean, that's not necessarily
For
like
real,
our,
for
it's like
real.
any friends that we still have and family that's still in our lives. We have.
Oh yeah, it goes for family.
We have
too.
the
It
ability
goes
to
for
no
family,
longer
too.
have you in our lives. That's just
Mhm.
everybody. Everybody has that option.
Yeah.
So it's like you
You don't have to
want
bend
them
over
there.
backwards for people that don't bend over backwards for you.
Agreed.
Blood or
Like-
not.
Like I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of other people that state stuff in theirs. Then one other thing that I know Alex and I will both agree on. This is one other item. I don't know if you had another one, but this could be like a good one, and then we moved into
Yeah.
financial help, like financial
Oh.
assistance.
Yeah.
We wish we'd done it sooner.
Wish I would have done it sooner. Wish I would have done it like
No
when
matter
we
what
moved like
type.
10 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
We are.
100%.
We're not going to get into detail, but you and I are.
No, I would just say I
in-
feel like if you're struggling
we
with
have never been
with-
in a better field of like
no
betterness than we
than
are.
we are now. And we should have done it a million
Knock
years
on wood.
ago. Yep. Mhm.
We are beginning to learn what happiness truly is in the financial world.
Let's just say like what financial health, good financial
Good
health.
financial health,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Learning the ways of the world better when you're in your 30s versus in your
what
20s.
you
How about that?
truly need to spend money on. You and I did not practice that these past 2 months, but we're going to get back in order.
Yeah.
At the drop of a dime.
Oh,
we
the only other
just bought
thing for
things
my
here and there
quality
that
of
were-
life was that I should have done that like everybody knows was like I don't want to say switching careers because it's like I'm still doing my career. I'm just doing a different type of
you
my
learned
career.
you learned a new part of your career, and you wish you would have
I-
done that sooner.
I-
A couple
yeah.
years sooner. Maybe not the longevity, but maybe like 2018
What I
would have
should
been
have, what I,
perfect
yeah,
for
I
you,
know
or
what I should have done
2019.
2019 probably.
Yeah.
What I should have done, the job that I have now, I should have looked for and pursued 5 years ago, 6 years
Yeah, yeah,
7 years ago, not at the bottom of the barrel
When your mental health
when I'm
is,
when my when my
drained.
candle doesn't have a wick anymore.
you didn't.
Oh no, I didn't. Like the whole like burning the candle at both ends kind of thing. I was burning the candle at both ends before COVID. So when COVID happened, to be honest, I'm not exactly sure what the hell was going up in my head and how I was able to function for
That's why most of that time is a blur.
it is because mentally I was a robot for probably 3 years straight. Like I was just
I'm right.
I
there
was
with you.
I woke up, I flipped the switch on, I came home, we ate, and I went to bed and flipped the switch off.
I don't
Like,
have any memories of 2020.
It's such
Well,
a blur
hardly.
because
I have
of
some.
how
I
bad
have some
it
memories
was
of
for
2020.
me.
I'm not saying like I don't, but I'm just saying like the majority of days blend.
Yeah.
That's like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
But yeah, those are the big ones.
and with our both of us in our career fields now, we're happier now than we ever have been, and hoping that we keep where we're at, in good nature.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I guess the other thing that kind of goes along with last year is that learning to put your money or not to buy things, but to focus on the experiences and not things.
Brig.
So make your
Do you
make
remember
your
having him on the show about 100 episodes ago? He came on here and said it's all about the experience.
It
It's not
is.
about it's not about the objects that you get in your life, which to a point there are some objects.
There are some objects that you're like, oh my gosh, I would like
I would
love
love
that. It
to
makes you
have
happy. But
it-
like,
yeah.
but trying to focus on, let's save money and go do something versus let's just go and buy trinkets and things that are just sitting
So,
around the house and becoming stuff.
You and I would never be a Disney adult, for example.
No.
We would maybe, if we went to Disney, we'd buy maybe a couple of souvenirs tops.
Yeah.
Tops.
Yeah.
Maybe a lightsaber.
Right? But
Maybe.
like, I don't know. I'm just kind of learning like,
We don't
like
need
when we
that.
went to Sonic Temple.
Yeah. What
Like
did we buy?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Really.
We
Nothing. We
bought
didn't buy anything.
nothing.
We were there to experience
We
the
gave
experience.
things away, actually.
We went there and I said, I'm gonna body surf. So I body surf. I said, I'm gonna get in a pit. So I got in a pit.
was the
I'm gonna go
experience.
to the front row. So I got in the front row. Like
We didn't buy any like souvenir cups. We didn't buy any bullshit souvenir anythings. We about got in line at merch.
Patrick, of course I have that memory.
But we didn't feel the need to buy a Sonic Temple t-shirt because it's like we're not going to have that festival shirt memory, and we should have probably actually because of our experience with Linkin Park. Don't you think? Probably should have actually gotten a Sonic Temple shirt.
We've got it all on film.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fine.
Okay. All right, we should get to the fan
Patrick
answers.
said no memories in 2020. Now I'm super sad.
I said I didn't. I said
"Mo-
not everything.
Most of it's a blur.
I
Most.
said there's a lot of
Most.
it as a blur because
I'm not gonna forget that one time we invited a complete stranger from across the United States to come stay at our house.
That's
I don't think I
that's
can.
still insanity to me.
I hate it during a pandemic.
Yeah. Jeez. And we had the same view of it. It's like, well, if we have it, we have it. We're just gonna pass it and just have a good time. It's all it was. Like we pick him up at the airport. He's traveling from California. I don't know if he had a connection or not, but if he did,
I don't remember.
But
my
I'm
guess
just saying,
is yes. There's probably
you're
no straight
around
flight.
hundreds of people in that time frame, so it's like whatever. We didn't care. We're like,
What's
let's have
the
a Halloween
craziest
party.
things you've ever done? I just let somebody I've never
Met.
physically just come stay at my house.
Yeah. That improved our
week.
quality of life.
It did actually.
It really did. It
That's
got us
it.
closer
What
to other
is
friends.
something that improved your quality of life? You wish you would have done it sooner. Invite a stranger.
Invite a
into
stranger
my
into my
house.
home.
All right, let's
Oh,
move
geez.
on.
Okay, so I got a Discord answer here.
Okay.
This is from Arrow, and he gave me a really good one. He said, practicing mindfulness, training my brain to slow down in hectic situations, going with the flow, knowing when to take breaks, knowing when to get back to something once I'm in a calm state, learning new breathing techniques as well.
Good job,
breathing
Arrow.
is a
Look
big
at
one.
you being an adult.
Breathing helps all of that.
Yes, good job, Arrow. That is such a grown-up answer.
Yeah.
Look at him.
I responded.
So
I said,
proud of
"Hell
him.
yeah, dude!"
I'm so proud
Like
of him.
those are good responses because the big thing is like those with short tempers tend to burn bridges quick, and I think that if you learn to get through the scenario and learn that it's not 100, it's not going to matter in 5 years, then don't dwell on it for longer than 5
See,
minutes.
Arrow in my head's always going to be like a young 20-year-old.
I still think of him even younger than that.
I know. I just
Because I think he was 19.
he was like 19, I think, when he started
When he
watching
followed
my
us.
streams. Yeah.
It's crazy. But that was the only response we got on Discord. Appreciate that response though. That was a really good one. You got some.
I do. So on Instagram we got Jersey Comic Crew podcast.
Shout out to those guys.
Intermediate fasting. I eat once a day, no more excessive intake. Look and feel so much better, and
That's
I'm
you.
not hungry until 5, so I save a ton on groceries and takeout.
You used to do that. Now you're not. You were doing that for a little bit.
I mean, my life is intermediate fasting.
Your life.
It is like seriously.
No,
That's
it's
like
not.
my natural
Well,
every day is I eat when I'm hungry kind of thing. And I tend to not be hungry until 10 o'clock at night. I don't know why. That's just how it is.
okay. True. That's a really good response though. Like a lot of people have done intermittent fasting. People have said doing like the cold plunge. I'm not gonna do that.
I don't know. Everyone said oh, it'll change your life. Doing a cold plunge for 3 minutes or whatever the heck it is in cold water. I'm like, Alex hates the cold. I don't think it'll change my life for the better.
Do you think you would ever do it though?
I don't know.
Like a month of it?
I'd like a challenge of
Like
doing it.
once
I
a
mean, I
day?
could. Once a day. I don't think you're supposed to do it that much.
Yeah.
It's like once a week or something like that. I don't think it's a daily thing.
I think this guy on TikTok does it daily.
I gotta work my way up to daily.
No, true, yes.
Mm-mm.
But I think
Would I do it at least once?
I
Yeah.
think Steve Austin does it weekly. Ice baths are great, so I can't imagine it not being a good thing.
Speak for
you.
yourself.
I
You're
am
putting your
not
wiener in that.
saying it's a. Hey, I have shrinkage that I would
I
be.
get shrinkage too.
Mine's a little bit more concerning.
It's not like I'm gonna ask you to perform right after that.
I'm gonna be right on camera right after. We're making our next stag film.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm done.
Okay. Terrible Terror podcast.
Shout out to them. Brad.
All right. It might be a little dark to say, but by separation, I've learned how to be more on my own and be more comfortable with it. I've also lost a lot of weight, and even though I've had some troubling times, I'm relatively happier now than I was.
That's good. No, here's the thing. Like, we have a roommate. Not gonna lie. There's times when it's stressful. It happens. People clash. Whether or not you have them in your life later on is different. You could have good experiences or bad experiences. It is what it is. But once there's like no longer the burden of something, you could be a better quality. Like, I know that
I've seen, actually, to be honest, a handful of friends that have done better on their own
True.
after being with people for a long time.
Um,
And I know just from having my handful of friends that have gone through that,
mhm.
it's hard, but I have also seen them change for the better.
Yeah, it is very hard. Like, we've seen, for example, we can say Brett go through it. He's had a few over the
He's
past.
not had a long-term relationship.
We've known him for what, 20 years almost. That's coming up. So
yeah.
So we have seen, so many things. He's the happiest he's ever been now, of course. But, we've seen, all of the down times of, like, when he would lose that other person or whatever. No one likes that. But sometimes you glow up from that.
It's a learning experience.
Yes, it is. And it's traumatizing to lose someone who's significant in your life just suddenly, or like, over a period of time.
But I feel like kind of what he's saying though is like you learn
yourself.
you learn yourself and you learn what makes you happy.
Yeah. Like, for example, you've never lived on your own. You don't know.
I don't know if I could. I wouldn't. I'd be like 90 pounds.
Yeah, you'd probably be intermediate fasting, like.
Oh, trust me, Brian. There's
On the
another
regular.
answer. You're not the only one.
What's that?
Huh?
What? Oh, is there another one?
he's like everyone's all upbeat about their answers, and I come in all serious.
No.
No.
Well, Alex's was pretty rough too, leaving her job and doing. It was scary, very scary.
Oh, it was scary. The moment I put my finger on the screen and signed my contract with my new job, it was a rush of excitement. But the rush of excitement was like probably 3 seconds, and then I like sat on the floor and sobbed.
Yeah, you were pretty.
Like,
rough.
it was like the worst breakup in my life kind of thing.
You were not happy
because like as much as I knew I needed to leave my job
out of what you were.
No, I didn't. I was scared to change. I was scared of change. I was scared I was going to hate this thing that I was going to be doing. I was scared that there were so many things. Like, I've been doing the same exact thing for 17 years. Like,
yeah.
So for me to just and to a point where the only reason why I couldn't leave that job, and why technically I'm still doing that job twice a month, is because that is where my heart is helping animals. Like, that's where it is. It will always be there no matter how old I get, but I just physically and mentally could not do it every day anymore.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Now imagine we were to move. Would you find a clinic just to do like a shift?
Well, that's the thing is, do you think I don't know if I would go and work. Like, I don't even consider myself when I go in like a few times a month.
You don't
That's
consider
not
it
work to me.
No.
It's
You
I'm
actually get to
volunt-
play with puppies and
I
kitties.
basically,
and-
well, I do and don't, but like I go in there and I'm like excited to work because I'm doing it when I'm able to, and I get to do what I want to do, kind of thing. Like, so I'm working and doing, I don't know, it's what I want to do. So I'm at home helping people or helping animals
yeah.
through the internet, but
Sure.
I'm choosing to go in and I'm helping my coworkers.
Yeah.
But I'm also getting to do what I like doing, which is helping animals and drawing blood and doing things. And, they tempted me the last time I was in. They're like, "Ooh, we have an emergency surgery. You want to stay?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah." But then it didn't happen. I got sad. Tempt me with a good time. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got, I know I wasn't going to say that. It'd be like that podcast. I know, Patrick, I know you didn't post under that, but I'm going to plug your podcast anyway.
Hey.
Hard to say. Would like to say when I stopped calling people who don't take the time to call me. Friendship is a two-way thing, but
It
at
very
the
much
time,
is.
but at the same time, then I get in my head that maybe we were never as good of friends to begin with. So it's so it's a crazy catch-22. So basically, what we were saying, like with the relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
I totally agree
putting
with
too
that.
much effort and time into people who don't
Yeah.
give it back.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
fill my cup and I'll fill yours, kind of thing.
Yep. I get that.
And I was filling way too many people's cups, and I think I was trying to.
You and I
did it way too much, and I was emptying my own cup.
You and I had a very good friend who never, if we didn't start the conversation, they wouldn't.
Oh yeah, and I don't think we.
It got to a point where you waited an entire year
Oh yeah.
to see if they would talk to you, and you're like, oh, it's like that.
Yep.
You're out.
Yeah. Honestly, I shouldn't have let
let it go too long.
I know, but it was just like it was that hard of a bridge to break
Very
off of
hard bridge
my
to burn.
end.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
think I was like, I felt like a year was enough, and
Yeah.
but then that was a year of my life wasted on waiting. So.
But that was, think of all the years you're no longer waiting now.
Oh no, I get moving forward and stuff. I'm completely.
We
I'm
did
over
it
it
all
now.
for the better. At
I
this
know.
point.
I feel so much better. It's a
am.
huge weight off my chest.
As much as I miss the good times, there were a lot of bland times in between of nothingness. So it's like, where do you draw the line, really? So it's kind of crazy. I don't really think that, having any, like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is. It wasn't really necessarily a negative response, I'd say.
No.
For getting people out of your lives like that. Like,
No.
That's not
I feel like initially it's just like a breakup, and you're gonna have some hit and miss, like bad
Yeah.
things happen. But you know what? Once
Yeah.
it's out, it's gone.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. We got another response from Amanda.
Oh, okay.
She says, setting boundaries, healthy, satisfying relationships, and figuring out that just because we share the same blood does not mean we have to be in each other's lives.
Ooh. That's crazy.
It's not crazy. That's true.
No,
I
that's
agree with
crazy.
all of that.
That's crazy how there's a theme here.
Yeah, there is. And what's funny is like all
Everyone's around
of
the
us
same
are
age
like
range.
age range. Like we're not in our 20s saying this. We're in like our 30s and 40s saying
That's
this.
because that's when you
See, like
learn
that's when you
that.
learn. Like your 20s, like to try to tell a 20-year-old that
You can't
this
tell
type of
20-year-olds to do
advice, they're
anything.
gonna be like, you can't tell a
Nah.
20-year-old to do this. They're not gonna listen to you.
Nope.
To try to tell your 20-year-old that the best friends that they have right now are most likely, no matter how much of a bro they are or whatever, they don't.
We've kept 2 for almost 20 years, though.
Yeah, we have. We have.
Few more.
Yeah,
You've kept 1 for even longer.
I have. But like, I'm saying most
Yeah.
of the people that you hang out with.
But it's not like we are like consistently. Well, Brett's gonna be here on Friday, so we'll
know.
be hanging out with them all weekend. But like, that was what was last time we did? I did that with New Year's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I barely remember the ball drop.
I know, right?
I was drunk. I was so hammered that night. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But yeah, so that was hers. But setting boundaries is another good one. Like
yeah.
being able to say no.
Yep.
Like that's really difficult, especially for somebody that's like an introvert. Like it's a very big thing to be able to say, you know what? No, I don't want to do that.
You
or
and
no,
I can
you can't do that. Or no, I'm not going to do that.
You and I can be confrontational to each other, but it's really hard to do it to anybody else sometimes. Like we're just like
It is, but
we
to
have to
practice setting boundaries,
practice it.
especially like at work and things like that. Like I know my mom's even having trouble right now with people trying to take advantage of her at work, and I'm like, you need to set your boundaries.
Your mother.
You don't work for a living, you live for a living.
There you go. But the thing is, like, your mother's very generous.
I know, but that's
So-
how I learned it. And it's generous is a great thing, but people will take advantage of that.
Yeah, there was a line that was said last week with my in one of my corporate meetings. They were like, "You can be nice, but don't take advantage of my niceness. You will lose that."
Yeah.
So-
Nice is free, but nice
also comes with a
It
price.
can come with a price.
Yep. So, it's kind of crazy how that topic went on for a minute.
Well, it's a serious question.
It's a good question.
It's a serious question, and it's nice to know. Like, so we've had this podcast for nearly 10 years, and do you think 10 years ago I would have said the exact same thing?
No.
No.
I did not have a male
26
cat.
26 years old.
I didn't have a male dog 10 years ago.
I didn't have colored hair. I didn't have tattoos.
You didn't.
No. My first tattoo, I think, was at 20.
You and
Eight?
I. You know what our answer would have been? Drinking more water. That's what we were doing.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
That was the
What
only thing we were
what was
doing
the only
10
thing
years
that better,
ago.
that quality
That
of
was
life
it.
thing?
That was it. That's the only thing.
That's
Maybe
the only thing I can think
maybe
of.
changing our diet a little
Yeah,
bit. We didn't
maybe.
do shit 10
There
years
wasn't
ago.
anything we really cared about 10 years ago.
No, at least not yet. Like as far as like we were practically thinking we were
I
immortal
really
10 years ago.
wonder what my answer would have been at 26. Because I hated 2020. Or 25 was horrible for me. 25 was when like I had all like my face stuff happen and my breast surgery.
It's
And
when my heart stopped.
yeah, like it was a bad time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what kind of advice I would have or what kind of things I would have said that. Oh, I wish I would have
There was nothing.
improved my quality of life by doing this.
There's nothing I could think of other than just drinking water.
Like
and
it's weird. That's only
cutting out soda, maybe.
So
We
imagine
stopped
in the
drinking
next
pop.
10 years. So that's 10 years from like 26 and 27 versus 36 and 37.
We're probably gonna be saying like cutting out a specific social media thing.
Well, I
or,
liked what you put on Facebook answering how you have to stretch before going to a concert. now.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, that's pretty
Yes.
essential now, or else you're gonna hurt
Yes.
yourself.
Yep. You had to limber up.
Yeah, limber
it
up
was
before.
worth it though. We were
Oh,
good
yeah.
for the rest of the
Oh
weekend.
yeah,
had we not
it's
done
so
that.
weird how much like we did just less than an hour. I feel like 45 minutes of yoga
Yeah,
on day 2. Did a TENS unit on each other.
I forgot about
And
that
then
unit.
took some naproxen and said, "Let's go."
I was in
and we
pain the
were
rest of the day,
fine.
but Saturday and
Yeah,
Sunday
but
I was
the next
fine.
day it was fine. Mhm. That's
But
all we
anyways.
needed. Just stretch it out.
Improve your quality of life by doing any of those things that we just mentioned today.
Yeah.
Go through your contacts. Get rid of the people you don't talk to anymore that you just
Stop worrying about the people that don't talk to you.
and also stop worrying about other people because
I feel like that's like the biggest answer that we have is like learning to satisfy yourself and to fill
Yes.
your own cup
you
instead
want
of
to know.
others.
I was going to mention it was something with that because like when
Not to the point of being selfish, but
Right.
like to the point of like, you know what, realizing, put yourself in check, realize that you deserve to be happy.
Yep.
And do what makes you happy.
this is now becoming a counseling session.
Well,
in a
I'm
sense.
serious though.
No.
That's kind of like I feel like the majority of the answer is like your quality of life. So everyone's quality of life is different. So do what makes you happy. Find out what makes you happy and fill your cup up.
Patrick, go out and get those watermelon suckers with chili on it.
Go do that, Pat. Go get another buzz ball.
Get that extra buzz ball. Oh man. But anyways, so it's I think that's pretty much all we had to talk about today. Appreciate all the responses. And yeah, we should probably get into our plugs, right?
I'm cool.
You want to go ahead and plug your Twitch?
Yeah, if you'd like to watch me stream, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I had to look over there for a
Hey,
second.
why
I'm like,
would you?
I don't know.
All
I
of
was
these
like,
years.
I just like blanked for a second. I was like, what am I spelling? Make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch. Right now I'm playing Call of Duty. Every once in a while I'll play some Marvel Rivals. Like you guys heard, we want to get back into Borderlands. I mean, that's kind of what we got. I've read my oldest nephew really told me about a game I want to play, but it's only on Steam. So who knows? I might play it, I might not. But it's called Zort. It looks and it sounds like a fun game, and I feel like our friends would have a fun time with it. But that's what I'm at with Twitch.
Yep. If you want to follow me, it is twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can find me there on Thursday and Saturday night, Saturday morning. Warzone as of right now, but I think I'm going to be doing Fall Guys on Thursday. There is a new season, I think, that just started. A lot of people have new seasons. Fortnite has a new season next week. So all of the stuff that's in there now is going to be gone. So that's kind of what we've been waiting for a new season, like a new map change. And then also, Call of Duty has a new season starting up this week, and I think Fall Guys started today. So yeah, a lot of new seasons are coming up. So it's kind of crazy. I didn't get through the entire battle pass on Warzone Call of Duty, but got a few dubs and at least had a good time this season playing some on Verdansk. It's been good.
Verdansk.
Yep, casual. It's been fun. Oh, she finally responded.
Yeah, I know.
As far as our podcast goes, make sure you guys are following our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter /X. PTOUnlimited is what you'll search. PTOUnlimited_podcast on Instagram. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button on this video as well. And if you are not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to the PTO Unlimited podcast and hit the bell to be notified for when we're live. And that is every other Tuesday, usually as our scheduled podcasting. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Cute _kitty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
I have Brett.
Are you okay?
I have Brett in my head.
Whoa. On a final note, pretty big one here, guys. This episode is officially the 400th recording of the PTO Unlimited.
Nuh-uh.
Yep. We have had 12 aftercasts, 1 special edition Xbox 360 episode, and 387 standard episodes.
Well, damn.
Yep.
Mic drop.
This is our 400th recording.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy that we've
That's
done
over a year.
Of full record. Yeah. Like if you do one episode a day.
That sounded so blonde right there.
I
That's
know.
over a year.
That's over a year. I knew what you meant.
Yeah. Like
if you listen to one episode a day.
podcast like every day. That's over a year. I'm dumb.
Got one
Cut
episode
that out.
and you can go a full year and listen to us. That's kind of crazy just to think about, a full year in a month.
Yeah.
But yeah, 400 recordings. Kind of crazy that we've gotten this far. We're going to be celebrating episode 400 when it gets to that point, but this kind of a milestone. 400.
Cool.
400 times we've hit play and record and been in front of a mic. It's kind of wild. That's not including our lost episodes, which do not exist anywhere. I don't know where those are at. The 2 episodes that were recorded on Brett's iPad.
Oh, the one
no
where
mics.
the one where we're testing and he goes, ah!
No, that was just the one test.
Oh,
No,
okay.
there was the one episode that Brett recorded on his own where he was talking about going to Buffalo Wild Wings and starting up the podcast. And then there was the one episode we tested out before we got our microphones where we just had the iPad sitting there and we just talked about stuff and we didn't really have a format.
I was thinking about our first episode the other day, and I'm like, I still don't want to go back to it. I can't.
I've done it.
It's so hard. I know. I've heard it, the beginning of it, so many times that I know how it starts with Brett talking and talking about we wanted a platform to blah blah blah.
We
I was like, I don't. It sounds so bad. Don't ever listen
I said
to
so
it.
many because I didn't know where I was going
You can
with
just tell
anything.
like we're so uptight. We don't know what we want to talk about. We had rules. We had rules.
Oh yeah,
We had like a finger rule.
we did. I forgot about the finger
there
rule.
was so many like
we had one. I'm starting to get a little like annoyed with your story. 2
I
is like,
don't
hey,
know.
you need
It
to
was
stop. 3 is like, yo.
like it was like we had like a finger rule for
We
each
never
other.
used it.
No, we never used it. But
we
it
had
was like
if we ever did anything out of line, there was one time I remember Brett mouthing like saying something to us like we didn't have a
I don't know.
a form of communication.
There was a lot of things. The only thing that we've still kind of stuck to was we don't bring politics into the podcast.
We attempt.
We don't.
To keep
We
them
try
out.
not to do controversial topics.
Yeah.
Those are the two main things.
We try to remain. We try to keep some anonymity, but there's a lot of people who on our show now know us. It's like at this point
Oh yeah, it used to also be that.
we
too.
didn't like to discuss territories around us. Now
Yeah.
we're
well,
like
we still try.
now we're like
still
we're
try
in
to keep it
Indiana.
private.
Let's hope you guys know that.
Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah, we're pretty transparent for the most part now.
other than that, yeah.
It used to also be like no cussing.
There's no cussing.
That lasted so long.
You were also not married. We didn't mention your marital status for like 6 months or something.
Was that a thing?
Uh-huh.
Was that
Your
really-
marital status was not mentioned at all.
Was that a plan?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
It just was never brought up. We were keeping it very nerdy. We never got personal.
That's right.
You were just the girl on the show.
What about no butt cracks on Discord? You know what?
It's all over the internet.
It's all over the internet, guys. It's all over the internet, apparently.
Man.
I'm sorry to say, but it's out there, apparently.
Oops, butt
Oops,
crack.
butt cracks.
Butt crack. One other quick announcement. FNAF is officially coming to DBD
Oh, fuck yeah!
June
FNAF!
17th. FNAF. We'll be playing it a couple weeks. You'll see us
Oh,
on
I'm
that.
excited for that.
Oh, yeah. I'll be buying that.
And if you want to see Patrick's butt crack on the internet, you can go to Twitch.
He'll be mooning us very soon.
Actually, you can find that video on my TikTok.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
That's what I meant. Like, if
Yeah.
you want to see Patrick's butt crack, you can find it on my TikTok. I think my TikTok's just cute kitty. I don't
It
think
is
there's
just
an.
Cute Kitty,
I don't
yeah,
think there's
yeah,
an
yeah.
underscore, but
All right. We
There
got to
you
go,
go.
guys. Appreciate y'all joining. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.
bye.